So, Market Wild now costs 1% base mana. What's for? Nice! I have the Sword icon has been updated. Convoke the Spirit icon has been updated. Druid of the Claw. Okay, we don't care about that. Balance. New talent, Sunseeker Mushroom. Sunfire damage is a chance to grow a magical mushroom at the target's location. After 1 second, the mushroom detonates, dealing nature damage and then an additional nature damage over 10 seconds. Affected targets are slowed by 50%, generates up to 20 astral power based on target's hit, choice node with wild mushroom. Also, so these are basically just passive mushrooms that spawn rather than you pressing them. Okay, so I'm gonna assume they're slightly worse than the ones you place, because you don't have to press the GCD, so... But that's nice. It's a bit strange though, because I'm thinking, like, my thinking is, if I want to have mushrooms, then I'm gonna pick the ones that I can place, because I want to control them, right? Like, why would I want random mushrooms to spawn if I can have them be controlled? Unless I don't know what to do with my points. Or unless they would actually just do equal damage or like similar damage. In the end, it will just be a math thing, right? But also maybe some people just pick this because of passive talent, and people like passive talents and people like mushrooms, so. It's good that it triggers from Sunfire, not from Moonfire. Because if it would be triggering from Moonfire, the chance of it spawning somewhere that isn't stacked is higher. Because if you play properly, you will apply Moonfire to the targets first when they're spread, and then when they're gathered, you're gonna press your Sunfire, right? To make sure you get the full value of it spreading. So you don't have to waste multiple GCDs. And if you do it this way, then that means that the likelihood of your Sunfire spawning a mushroom somewhere else that is not on the stack is lower. So yeah, not bad. Then new talent, Whirling Stars. Celestial Alignment's cooldown is reduced to 75 seconds. 75 seconds. A minute and 15 seconds. That is very interesting. And it has 2 charges, but its duration is reduced by 40%. That's very good. But, I mean... Okay, wait. I want to say that's very good, but... How short is CA then? How short is our cooldown then? That's, like, very short. I don't know what the normal duration is without all of the talents that we have now. I think the base duration of Celestial Alignment is very short now. Also, the 2 charges are really nice, but then it's also tempting to just use them back to back, I guess, or like really fast after another. Honestly, I personally would like... Because here's the thing, like, I feel like right now our Celestial Alignment is good, but not like super good, so it doesn't warrant a 3-minute CD. Like, in my opinion, a 3-minute CD either has to be actually strong to warrant the fact that it has a 3-minute cooldown, or you have other cooldowns outside of those 3 minutes that kind of compensates for the 3-minute cooldown to not be that strong. And I think that's what we had before with Pulsar, right? When we had Arcanic Pulsar, we did have small little incarns outside of our 3-minute window, which kind of compensated for the fact that our 3-minute cooldown isn't that strong. So we weren't like super reliant on our 3-minute cooldown because of Arcanic Pulsar. Then they took Arcanic Pulsar away and left us with a 3-minute cooldown that is just weak. Without compensation outside of the 3 minutes, right? So it was like, huh? And now they're reducing it to like a much lower cooldown and like multiple stacks. So I personally like this because it's gonna be a much shorter duration, which is fine, I guess. Like, I think Incarn should just be something that feels like a small little cooldown that you use here and there. That shouldn't be like super strong. I don't know, I think this is fine. It's a good compensation for not having Pulsar anymore, I think, this. Because now you're going to be able to use it a lot more freely. It's still not going to be a strong cooldown, but it doesn't matter. Alright, then, new talent, Astronomical Impact. Okay. The critical strike damage of your astral spells is increased by 20%. Known issue, this does not currently affect Umbra Embrace cast critical strikes. Astronomical Impact, the critical strike damage of your astral spells is now increased by 20%. Okay. So I guess they noticed that Moonkin doesn't scale with crit a lot, or barely at all, which caused Moonkin to have issues with scaling in general. Basically, a lot of our secondary stats were very devalued through other means, and that caused us to scale really badly. Because at the start of the expansion, you start with obviously low stats, And then as the expansion goes on, you gain a lot of intellect, a lot of main stats, and your secondaries scale a little bit lower. Like you gain less secondary stats than you gain main stats. And at some point, because of diminishing returns, your secondary stats will gain a lot of value. And obviously that will determine how, like if your class scales really well with a certain secondary stat, or with any stat really, then of course the longer the expansion goes on, the more and more damage you gain. While a class scales really badly with secondary stats, they have a little bit of a bad time. Now that's usually can be fixed with balance patches anyway, right? Sometimes if there's a class that scales really badly with secondary stats, then they'll just buff them at some point and it's fine. But it still doesn't feel that good. A class that scales well with secondary stats just feels better, because as soon as you get any kind of buffs, any kind of secondary buffs here and there, then you actually can feel the impact of the buffs and you're much stronger, right? So like when you have Bloodlust and you do a lot more damage, when you scale really well with Haste, or you get some other damage buff and you like really feel like the secondary stats actually being meaningful, like I think that's very nice compared to like you getting some secondary stats and literally doing nothing with it. Not sure if this is gonna be good enough though, like 20% astral crit damage? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, then we have a new talent called Crashing Star. Shooting stars has a 50% chance to instead call down a crashing star. Dealing astral damage to a target and generating 4 astral power. So this is basically our old tier stat. Not sure where they put this in a tree. We'll see, this is just astral power generation, I guess a little bit more damage as well. Then Hill of Stars, casting a free star search. A free star search or starfall grants solstice for 3 seconds. Free spells cast by Convoke grant 1 second version of this effect. Casting a free star search or starfall. So this interacts with both Weaver and this weird talent that no one picked that we got new in Dragonflight that I forgot the name of. That was from our tier set. Then, new talent Circle of Life and Death. Moonfire, Sunfire, Stellarflare, and Starfall deal their damage in 20% less time. The healing over time effect is in 15% less time. That's literally our old talent. Guess they're bringing it back? Wait, didn't we remove this because we didn't like it? Didn't everyone say we hated this talent and then they removed it and now they're bringing it back? I'm very confused. I don't think Starfall was affected by Circle of Life and Death though. I think it was only Dots. I'm not even sure about Stellarflare either. It might have been only Moonfire and Sunfire? And maybe it was Stellarflare, I don't know. But I don't think it was Starfall. I'm pretty certain Starfall was not affected by Circle of Life and Death. Because Starfall had this like very set duration that did not get affected by anything ever since they removed the haste scaling in Legion, I think it was. Interesting, okay. Our Starfall doing our damage quicker is actually pretty nice. It will basically mean that we get more burst damage. So for situations where Starfall is kind of like a shitty AoE spell because mobs die super fast, then this talent would help a lot for sure. There's literally just no upside in Starfall doing its damage slower. At least I can't think of anything, of any situation where a longer Starfall duration would be beneficial to me. Like the damage just happening quicker is just always better, I think. So we're good. Okay, then Starfall is learned by all Ballisters at level 15%. 15? Oh, nice. Okay. Baseline Starfall. Damn. Wow. Okay, I feel like that's really good. It just sucked so much that you ended up not having Starfall in certain situations when you went for full single target. Like, I remember doing some beta tests and like forgetting to change my talents, and I'm trying to press Starfall and it just doesn't work. And most of the time when that happened, I didn't immediately understand that I don't have the talent. So I kept spamming it. I'm like, why does my Starfall not work? Until I realized, oh, I don't have a talent. It's like, I don't think you should ever not have Starfall, so I really like this. Starfall damage increased by 10%. Okay, nice. Wild Mushroom now generates 10 astral power upon hitting a single target, up from 5. Warrior Balloon increased astral power generation of affected Starfall by 30%, was 40. Oh, they nerfed Warrior Balloon, interesting. This grace no longer increased damage of affected Rafts and Starfires, interesting. Wait, Nature's Grace. Nature's Grace, Nature's Grace. Ah, when Eclipse ends or when you enter combat, enter Dream State, okay. Okay, so we only get the hasted version of it, but not the extra damage. I like that a lot because the old Nature's Grace caused us to have this playstyle where it's actually pretty important, like to start a cast inside Eclipse to then hit it outside of Eclipse to have it count towards our next Eclipse so we can keep one Nature's Grace buff for the filler in our next eclipse, right? And if this is not affecting our damage anymore, then it's not going to be as important anymore, because it doesn't really matter if your Wrath or your Starfire is a little bit more hasted. Like, that's not really going to be a big deal. So that's good, I think, this change. But it also makes the talent quite a bit weaker. I'm not sure if we were really going to pick this talent up anymore at that point. Probably not. Umbral Intensity is now 1 point talent that increases the damage of Solar Eclipse Wrath by 20%. Lunar Eclipse Starfire by 15, and the damage Starfire does to nearby enemies by 30. Okay, nice. Astral Smolder chance to trigger is reduced to 35, and it deals 6% of damage dealt was 50. Okay, nice. Touch the Cosmos has been updated. Casting Wrath in Eclipse has 12% chance to make your next Star Search or Starfall free. Casting Starfall in Eclipse has an 18% chance to make your next Star Search. Oh, nice. I like this. I like that it's both procs. I really like this. Balance of All Things now grants 8 to 16 crit was 10-20. Okay. Orbit Breaker calls down a full moon every 30th was 25. Power of Golden is now 1 point tell. Nice. As a community no longer grants Astral Power entering Eclipse. Instead, entering Eclipse costs your next Star Search to cost 15 less Astral Power. Not sure if that's gonna change. Like, we're still not gonna pick this talent. I very highly doubt that. That seems pretty weak. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe? Twin Moons move to Starfall's position in row 3. Oh. Nature's Grace moved to Twin Moon's position. Oh, Nature's Grace now up. Oh, I like this. Well, that means that we're still gonna pick Nature's Grace, probably. Okay, so they solved it this way. So they made Nature's Grace quite a bit weaker, but they put it up. Because in our upper area of the tree, we have kind of weak talents anyway. So we can still pick this one up, I guess. Connect that between... Okay, I have to look at this. I can't imagine this right now. Oh, Lunar Shrapnel removed. That's why we got that Starfall buff. But Lunar Shrapnel was 20% and we got a 10% buff. Just saying. Rolling stars to reduce the cooldown of self alignment by initial 10 seconds. So 1 minute and 5 seconds cooldown. Control of the Dream now. Reads are available to be used or maximum charges. Ah. The player has rolling stars to reduce the cooldown of self alignment based on time spent and maximum charges. Okay. Okay, well. Those seem like interesting changes. Okay, let's get some random talents. I forgot our class tree kind of sucks now. Wait, we need to get to Killer Instincts, right? Oh, God. Oh, my God. A tragedy. I hate everything about this. Well, this is what it has to be, I guess, guys. What a absolute cursed class tree. Look at all of the waste of talents that we have to pick up just because we need Well-Honed Instincts and Wild Charge. And Inkabor. Ugh. Instinct of the Claw. Killer Instinct. Fucking Soothe. Every time you have to pick up Soothe for no fucking reason. Big yikes. Anyway. So we play in Plus. If we play in Plus, do we play Keeper or Elun's Chosen? I mean, I still think we play Elun's Chosen, though. Maybe not. What is the cooldown of Keeper? You have to waste a talent point, which kind of sucks. I hate that you have to put a point into trees for this stupid talent tree. So we need Kindling. We don't need Nature's Grace. We go Nature's Balance. Wait, but I shouldn't be going any of these points, I guess. I mean, we need one of these talents to get to Star-Lord. I mean, let's assume our spenders are actually valuable now. If Starfall is our main damage, then we want Astral Power Generation, right? So we want this, or even Mushrooms, possibly. Let's just go with Astral Power Generation for now and see what happens. There's no way to play Starweaver, right? Nah. I mean, maybe Communion? Maybe Guidance? Nah. Nah, Guidance is bad. Dude, I have 2 more points. What the hell do I do with these points? Okay, let's give this a try. All right. Let me quickly think about the fact, like, did I forget about any mechanics? Because I don't have Weakeras. Is there anything I forgot about? I pressed Fear of Elune, I pressed Force of Nature, I pressed Incarn, I pressed Dots. I'm good, right? I don't, like, there's no active thing I'm forgetting about. Okay, so we would do this. Presumably. I'm assuming we are holding the second stack of Incarn for our next set of Furvaloon and Trees. Because that just makes sense, right? Man, that Incarn is so short. Man, Starfall does a lot of damage now, huh? Damn. That's some Starfall damage, huh? Not bad, not bad. To be fair, Starfall is also hitting the damage in my back as well. These ones here. Doesn't really matter that much because my Starfall does no damage. Or it doesn't do a lot of damage without dots on it, right? Like, it's not... Like, you can see I did 10% of my damage to the PvP the damage. So 10% of the damage is literally just Starfall on those other targets. And, to be fair, I also picked up basically only talents that buff... Like, I only picked up Astral Power Generators. I didn't pick up many filler buffs. So I didn't pick up Umbral Embrace or Umbral Inspiration. Didn't pick up Balance of All Things. I didn't pick up Astronomical Impact. To be fair, that one also buffs Starfall damage too. Okay, we can take a look at Elun's Chosen real quick. But honestly, like, I think Keeper is really good. Yeah, I mean, Elun's Chosen could also just be good. I mean, let's keep all the other talents the same just because I want to see the difference, like, with the same talents, kinda. Because I don't know how good Astronomical Impact is, right? So if I pick it now, and I didn't pick it with Keeper, because it would have equal value for both trees. So let's just keep this for now. How much DPS did I do approximately? Wait, I can just check. So in a 2-minute 23 fight, I did 1.48 million DPS. Okay. Oh wait, my... Shit, I need to keep an eye on Furvaloon. It was already ready. Man, not seeing cooldown numbers on my bars. I'm just taking a wild guess on how much damage everything does. And my dots ran out because I'm staring at my my bars. Man, the Keeper build is for sure easier to play, at least. Well, if you don't have Weak Auras, at least. Weak Auras would make this infinitely easier. I feel like I can already tell that this is better. Because I'm playing not optimally at all. And I feel like I played the Keeper tree pretty optimally. Because there was nothing much to do properly, right? Because my Furvaloon and my trees were completely lining up. And then I just used Incarn every time with trees. Like, that's the only optimization you can really do. And I did that. And now I'm playing this build. And I'm not playing it optimally at all. Because I have, like, disaligned cooldowns. And I'm not keeping track of it properly. And my dots fell off a couple of times. And I'm still doing, like, similar damage. So I have a feeling that this is just better. For whatever this situation here is. Stacked up AoE, basically. Yeah, I think the reason why this is better is just because the Furvaloon cooldown is so much slower, you know? I think that's it. Like, I think the combo of atmospheric exposure... So 6% damage increase with Lunation. I think that one is just better overall compared to the damage increase you get from Force of Nature. Because the force of nature damage increase, we cannot really... Because our cooldowns are not as bursty, right? So having a lower damage increase more frequently is probably still better than having a bigger damage increase less frequently, right? I think. So I think that's why Loonstros seems better right now. No, it doesn't seem better by a lot, but I definitely feel like it's slightly better. See, because I did 1.47 million DPS, and with other one I did one for 1.48. So I did do less DPS with Fury Balloon with the Fury build, but I played it a lot worse. And if I would have played it optimally, I definitely would have done more damage than with the Keeper build, right? But I mean, obviously, I am hitting the dummies, right? This is just my first impression. I don't know what we're gonna do later. Like, the math will tell, right? It's just my first impression testing both these builds. Also, I don't even know if I was playing the correct talents. You know, I could have run completely wrong talents that and others might be a lot better, and then whatever my test was is completely useless again, right? It's just my logical impression. After testing it, seems that the more consistent damage increase is better. Is it gonna be the case? Maybe, maybe not. We will see.